Okay, today I'm going to present about the 8 steps to success in ATOMY because we all know that we all want to be successful, but unless we know what are the steps in ATOMY to achieve the success, just imagine like a big tree that you want to reach the apple on the top. Unless you have a tool, which is a ladder going to the top, you're not going to be able to reach it, right? Unless you can jump like a Michael Jordan, but we need a tool in order to achieve the goal. So there are 8 steps in achieving success in ATOMY. The first one is dream building. Second is committing to change or commitment. The third one is creating a list. Fourth, sharing the vision. Fifth, showing the plan. Sixth, following up. Seventh, consulting. And 8, duplicating. So I'm going to start with a quote. Okay. So this is from Napoleon Hill. The starting point of all achievement is desire, and we have to keep this constantly in mind. Weak desire bring weak results. Just like a small fire make a small amount of heat. I like this theory about the oxygen mask when you're in the airplane, right? When the stewardess show how to use the proper masking of the oxygen, in order we help other people, we have to use our own mask, then putting on the mask on other people. So in that means, if you dream to help others, you have to help yourself financially. So the first step is the dream building. So you have to write down what are your dreams and what are the desire that you want to achieve it. Imagine like if you're sitting in an empty cinema with a wide big screen, you have to picture it like how you want to live, or where do you want to live, with whom you want to live, or if you want to help someone, who do you want to help, how do you want to help them. It's not about getting a freedom, but it's about a choice that you want to do. In order to do that, you have to be financially independent first. So once you already created all the dreams in your mind, you have to play it over and over like a movie. Just like imagine that you are replaying over and over until the subconscious mind couldn't tell if it's reality or it's just in your mind. So everything has to be first imagined. Unless you can imagine, then you won't be achieving any success in anything. So you have to imagine it first. The second step is commitment, or committing to change. So you are the main character and you are the one who make the choices. So you do not listen to people around you. So be proactive about the choices you make because you are in control. Doesn't matter what other people say about what you're doing to achieve your success. As long as you are committed that you have to be in control in every decision you make, you will move forward. So the second one is be positive in thoughts about each situation you encounter, because your mental attitude will determine many things. So everybody faces failures and defeats. It depends. It will become a stepping stone or a stumbling block, depending on your mental attitude when you face that situation. So you have to be persistent and be positive. And the third one is you be determined to change. So there's nothing free in this world, right? Nothing, no pain, no gain. Just speaking and understanding the knowledge itself doesn't bring the success. But when you choose to do or action with all those information that you have, it will bring success in everything you do. You have to change your old habits to new habits. You have to think, what are you doing that you are going toward your goals or dreams? If those things are not bringing you closer to your dream, you have to sacrifice it. Let me take as an example. I like to watch Netflix, like episode over episode over episode. And short thing, I know that I already spent like 2-3 hours. Are those episodes in Netflix bringing me closer to my dreams? If it's not, then I have to sacrifice. What do I do and sacrifice instead of watching those Netflix? I learn, I read books, I listen to audiobooks, I watch YouTube about positive change in the characters, or you learn about the VODs in GX ATOMY. There are so many things that you can learn in order to change. You have to sacrifice in order to gain something closer to your dreams. And the last one, the ATOMY system. We all know the ATOMY is free. There's no joining fee, there's no website fee, there's no fee at all, no monthly requirement. So everything is provided by the system. So what you have to do is just get all the knowledge and experience. How do you experience? You go out and talk to people, you share. The first time you fail, the second time you try again, maybe you not fail. Keep trying until you master the skill. In order to grow, you don't have to be an expert in everything when you started ATOMY. You can be zero skills, but you have to have a commitment that you want to change, that in order to get better in ATOMY. Just simply tell people about your experience. You don't have to lie, right? I forbid anyone lying in ATOMY. And even CEO Park say, when you're lying, you are fooling yourself. And I curse you that you're not going to be successful in ATOMY, right? So it's really have to share from your own experience in the products. You have to use the products first. Whichever that you think that give the best benefit for you, you use that for your sharing experience. So CEO Park doesn't tell you you have to buy all the products, right? He told you that you just pick one or two, or maybe the item that you think the most beneficial to you, then you use that as your tool, sharing to others people. And the next step is creating a list. This is the most people that hate to do this, including myself in the beginning. But without this step, you think that you don't know anyone. When I ask people, why don't you try talk to your people or share to your peers? They said, oh, I don't have too much friend, Mike. But when I look at his WhatsApp, everyone has WhatsApp or WeChat or any instant messaging or chat messaging app. At least they're in one or two groups. And in that groups, usually there are a bunch of people, at least 5 to 10 people. Or you go to their phone list. There must be someone calling him or her within the past few days. So use that list. Instead of you assume that you don't have any contacts, you just write it down. But do not categorize, oh, these people are going to be my consumer, or these people is going to be the one who is doing the business as my partners. Don't categorize them. Just put them in one bucket, one list, everyone you know, and start calling them or talk to them or chat with them, right? The one that you want to share the good news about the ATOMY. You don't have to make it very difficult. You just call them and say, hey, I just started a new business, and this business offer a good natural products, and the price is amazingly affordable, and the quality is amazing. Why don't you give it a try? Just as simple as that. You don't have to be like an expert in explaining all the vision, all the product from the ingredients A to Z. No, you just as simple as that. Let them know that you are doing this new business, right? You are sharing the good news to all the people that you know. What happens once you already have all the lists? Then you continue to add the list. How do you continue to add the list? Once you already have the members under you, their contact list become yours. Let's say your contact list is only 50, but you have one downline, he has 100 contact lists. So you now have 150 contact lists. You can start working with his or her contact list. So your list will not gonna end. If someone says to you, I don't have anything to do in ATOMY, that must be something wrong, right? Either that person is not following up to their downlines and working on their contacts, either they're lazy. So either one, you don't want to do the business. So people like this, they're not gonna see success in ATOMY or in anything. They have to be persistent in doing this. And the third one is you use the 3-meter rules. What is the 3-meter rules? So whoever within that 3 meters, you just talk to them. You share. Let's say you're in a supermarket, you're waiting for your wife picking up items. Then you just meet people 3 meters from you, you just talk. Start the conversation, right? And listen what they need. Mostly they need extra income. Then you can tell about the business, right? There's so many ways to learn to continue creating the list in ATOMY. Then the next step is sharing the vision. This is the most important step in a step of success. That's why I have my own presentation about the ATOMY vision, because most people do not understand the vision. Just imagine when you have a vision that you want to achieve, either in the short term or long term, at least you have something that you pursue, right? Unless you have a clear vision, then when you're stumbling or when you find a rejection, you just give up because you don't understand the vision that you already created. That's why the second in company motto is creating the vision, right? Because we have to create the vision. Vision is not automatically born. We have to create it. You have to make it clear until your subconscious mind couldn't tell if this vision is real or this vision is not. Just imagine like this. Let's say you're still renting a room or apartment or a small room in the house. You have to imagine what is the vision that you want the next 3 to 5 years. Are you still wanting to stay in the same room for the next 3 to 5 years? Or you want to have a bigger house or a bigger apartment, a bigger condominium. So you have to picture it as if it's real. So you have to bring that vision from the future, you bring it to the present and you live in it. But most people is this. Most people, they just think about the current situation, they picture it as the current situation, but they're not doing anything. They just live in the present. But our CEO Park wants, we have to live in the future. Most people live in the past. They always blame other people. They always blame the government or the parents, make them poor. We have to look at the future. What kind of life that you want to live in the next 3 to 5 years? Once you already have the clear vision of that life, you bring it to the present and you live in it. And you have to work something that to bring closer to that vision. And also when you invite your prospect, once you already have the list, you invite them. First, you have to let them know about the products. Let them try. Let the product talk about itself, right? Once they have the product experience, then you can tell about the business side. Then even if you don't know how to speak, even if you don't know how to lecture, you can invite them to your house and just turn on a CEO Park VODs or any other leaders that you can have them sit and listen for half an hour. So every system in ATOMY is already provided by the company. So all you have to do, you just invite them to your home and let them listen to the product lecture. Or you can invite them to the one-day seminar, right? This is the problem that most people encounter, including me. It is very, very hard to invite people to the seminar. The question is why? The question is in yourself. Most of us, we just blame, oh, because I don't have any members to invite, or my members are very busy with their life. They don't have time to come to the seminar. Oh, I think I don't want to come unless my downline is coming. That's the problem. Before they come, you have to make yourself come to the seminar regularly. Regardless whatever happens in your life, just make that sacrifice on that one-day seminar. Regardless you're very busy or not, unless it's very emergency, then yeah, you don't show up at one-day seminar, it's fine. But if it's something that you can delegate to your spouse or to your family, do it. Come to the one-day seminar. Never miss a one-day seminar. That's my motto. And again, just watch the VOD. When I started ATOMY, I don't know anything, right? Even my upline, he didn't know anything. So what I did, I just go to CS ATOMY. I learned all the videos there about the compensation plan, about the marketing plan, about everything in there is already provided by the company. And the next step is the fifth one, you showing the plan. Our company expense is very low. So that's why the company can strive for so many years. And I remember when they first launched the toothpaste, it was only 180 grams. And the company increased it to 200 grams without any price increase. And Hemohim, when they first launched, it was only 30 sachets. Then become 48, then become 54, and they become 60 until today. Not even a single dollar increase. They keep it the same at 92 US dollar per box. And so many about the product increase without increasing the price. They even increase the PVs. And our product is Masstige. What is Masstige? It's product mass, but with a prestige quality. Most of the mass product is very low quality because they want to, because it's cost price, right? They want to sell it cheaper than other products. So they have to cut the quality. But in ATOMY product, everything is a prestige or high quality. And the compensation plan. We have to know what is our compensation plan. It is an unlimited level. It means whoever below you, whenever they make the purchase, whoever above or under you, they benefit the same point value of PVs. So it is unlimited. I remember when I was in other level marketing, you can only achieve up to 7 level below you. So below 7 level, you don't get anything. So what did I do? I put people on my first line. So there's no teamwork. But in ATOMY, it's an unlimited level. So you want to put people under you. So whoever in there, you benefit from their purchase. And it's a global one server. It means your ID, you can use it in 14 different countries in ATOMY that already established. And the last one is, again, the vision. You have to know about the ATOMY vision. Then you show them to your downlines. Then the sixth step is you follow up. You have to make sure how your customer and your partners are doing. You just don't assume after they try the product, they will come back and buy the product or come back to you. Don't assume that, right? Because most of the people, they think the product is not good. But when you ask them, you find out that they use it wrong or they didn't know how to use it, right? Let's say you take probiotics, then maybe they put it in the hot water, then the bacteria is not living anymore. So you have to tell them how to use the product properly. Don't just sell once and forget. Don't just tell once and assume they know. So most people, when you ask them about the compensation plan or the marketing plan, they always say, I already know everything. They just don't want to make the conversation. They just make you aware that they know. But if you ask them deeply, they don't know anything. You have to continue. You have to sit with them, go back to the beginning and explain one by one. Most people take 7 times. That's genius people take 7 repetition. So normal people, it takes more than 7 times. Then the 7th step is you consult and you communicate. This is also important when you consult to your uplines or to your leaders. You have to communicate with them because you don't want to assume that you already know the lineage, and when you put it the new people, then it found out that it's wrong. How do you put it? So you have to know really clear how to run the business in ATOMY. So ask to your leaders who already been experienced for so many years in ATOMY. This is the most common question that you encounter, right? Once you already become a leader, what is a leader? Once you already have your both legs open, it means you lead 2 people, then you become leader. Then most of the time, those network will grow bigger. Then you will encounter this question. So the first one is, if your downline says, I don't know many people, so what is the problem here? So that means he didn't or she didn't make the contact list. So you have to sit with them and then you talk about how to create a contact list. You go back to the step 3, right? Then you combine their list as your list. Then you work with that list. So your contact list will not end. It keeps growing and growing. And the second one is, the question is, I have registered many people under me, but I have no revenue or no PVs, like an empty grave, right? So what's the problem in the second question? So it means that this person doesn't know the products, or maybe he or she doesn't use the product themselves, right? So you have to tell them, in order to create revenues, you have to be the user yourself. Then you share that experience to your downlines. Then they will duplicate what you are doing, right? If you like Hemohim, most of the time it's your downline like Hemohim, right? If you like the shampoo, most of the downline use the shampoo. So you have to duplicate yourself to your downlines. So you don't know about the product, you just go to the product day at your center. Or you just share at YouTube, share ATOMY, all about the products. There's so many reviews about the products in online website. The third question is, I'm having trouble registering people. So what this means is, you have a lot of consumer, but nobody joins under you. All they do is, whenever they want to buy Hemohim, they just talk to you, hey, can you buy me one Hemohim, bring me next week? So nobody wants to join. The problem with this question is, or this scenario is, the person doesn't know the ATOMY vision, right? They cannot convince other people to join, because if you know the ATOMY vision or how the business works, you will be easily signing people under you, because people love extra income in their lives, right? Nobody likes. I don't even think, if, let's say you ask, would you like to be able to make a couple $100s every month? Most people just say yes. But how? Becoming a member. If you use the product, but you don't become the member, you will not generate any PVs. Then in the end, you're not going to get commission. So you have to understand the marketing and compensation plan in order to get people registered under you. So the next question is, number 5 is, you don't need to make the same mistakes. You as leader, you must be encountering so many problem obstacles along your journey. Then you don't want your downline to happen the same mistakes, right? To make the same mistake. So you have to tell them in advance, right? But being a good leader, you don't let your downline do the same mistake and then you laugh, right? No, that's not a good leader. You have to be proactive. You have to tell them, this was my mistake. These were my mistakes. When I was doing this in the first time, I suggest you don't do this, this, this. So you have to tell them in advance, your mistakes don't become their mistake, right? And the 6th one is, if you didn't ask, you assume you do not know. So ask about the question to your downline, to your partners. Don't assume that they know everything. Maybe they don't know how to register the members, right? They don't know how to make the purchase online. So ask a lot of questions to your downlines. Then the last step is duplicate and repeat. How you teach them is very important, because in the beginning stage, when you are starting, when you're only have 10, 20 people, it's easy to manage them. But when your group is growing, 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, you will not be able to manage them one by one. All you have to do is, you just be a good leader in the beginning, and you duplicate yourself to your partners so they can duplicate to their partners again, right? There are 2 different things. One is consumer. The second one is partners. What is the difference? Consumer is someone who just use the products. They don't care about the business, right? How good the business is, they just don't care. I just want to use the good products with a good price. Those are the first type of people. The second type of people is partners. What are partners? Partner is the one who's going with you on the side by side, doing the business together, achieving success. So one partner can generate hundreds of consumers. So you have to distinguish between consumer and partners. What you want to do is you want to have a good partner. So this was my experience when I was starting in ATOMY. I always dreamed to have a good, like a dream partner, right? I make the list. What is my dream partner in ATOMY? Of course, the partner that attends all the seminars, and then the partner that sells very well, and the partner that can register 100 people in a month, and the partner who listens and works with you, right? Those are my dream partner. So what do you have to do? You become that partner first. Don't expect anyone to become the partner unless you be that partner first. Be the change. Don't expect any change until you become the change. That is very important. Most people, they think, oh, I dream to have the best partner or dream partner in my lineage, but yourself is not attending seminar. You're not attending Success Academy. You don't even share the product. You don't even register anyone under you. You just wish that someday you will have the dream partner and do the work for you. That's not going to happen in ATOMY or anything in life. So you have to be that change before you expect a change in your lineage. And then you can duplicate that to your partners under you. That's the duplication. So just like a tree, a good tree can only be a good tree when it's a good seed, right? So you have to become a good seed in order to grow a good tree. Then a good tree will grow good fruits. So when you do all the above, from step 1 to step 7, and also the duplication, number 8, you're actually one step closer to the auto sales master. Just go with your pace, but within the ATOMY system. When you follow these 8 steps and you build the consumer, not just consumer, you build them auto consumer, meaning they purchase on their own pace or their own time. And then you share your experience and vision. You continue moving forwards. But remember, be positive in everything. Don't just prejudge the situation. Oh, this is very hard. I don't think I can do it. Maybe you got 1 or 2 rejection, then you give up. No, just keep being persistent. Keep moving forward. Don't worry about other people if they succeed faster than you. Let's say even your downline succeeds faster than you. Don't worry, because we have a ceiling cap in ATOMY. So sooner or later, we're going to meet them at the top. So just go with your own pace. So the very first step is you reach the auto sales master first. Then your income will grow. Don't chase your income, but chase building your partners under you. Then the income will follow. Once you do that, you are one step closer to your dream. And I'd like to close with one quote. Well, success comes from a dream. A dream without a desire is just a wish. A dream without an action is just a fantasy. But dream with desire and you put it into action is success.